Hello and welcome everyone here to this ECL matchup between EG and HTD. We are casting here on St. Mary Église from the Allies side in blue of HTD. Midpoint is checkpoint here. 39 seconds left to go before this one starts. Let's head to the map and see what is going on in the minds of HTD. The Germans coming out here. Leading the way is going to be Sirius. In the armor, Obelix, Martin, and Pleisch. Recon tank with a lot of recon boys in there. Two light tanks coming out. Uncle, YOLO, Lord. We got Firejack and Amion and Jax also in the mix too. Infantry squads. Oh, a second little recon tank getting involved on the top side there too. Nice to see. Al the Hammer. Shout out to you, Ham. Baumy. Here comes the roller though, on to checkpoint. Let's get rid of the map. Let's get a little elevation here over the point. Let's turn down that music and let's turn up the sweet sounds of artillery in the morning. Over top of checkpoint on the south side of St. Mary Église here, the middle point. Who is going to take this one off the start? Artillery already starting to rain down onto the field of battle. A far south flank coming up from EG. Where are the infantry squads pushing a point? Don't see them just yet. Here they come from the right side. EG looks to be the winners in this regard. Oh, beautiful snipe coming out on the far south of the field of battle. Is that a whole squad going down? Sure looks like it is. Chalk up 1 point for HTD off the start of this one. Beautiful lane on that one. Down goes full infantry squad and loss of south control. However, on point here, AG has made it onto the midpoint, made it across the road. Anio and Boyd in position. Kugu just below us. Look at this deployment from EG. Cafe Babe, Crusader X, Sony here too, Ratio. HTD playing a little further north than their counterparts, but EG is winning the fight on the mid here for the Axis side, taking full control regardless of that very nice snipe off the start. No control onto point here for HTD. Over the 50% mark right here for the cow progress. Up the middle, Anio, so much pressure up the middle, takes out two transport trucks blocking that mid lane there. Maison du Creek's gonna be the second point for this match here, and already we're seeing Crusader X pushing towards this Stewart over here on the backside. Will he be able to get the satchel off on the back of the Stewart? Doesn't look like they're looking. No run out from the commander. Crusader's gonna get the satchel down. Beautiful play from him onto the backside of that Stewart. And with that pressure, EG is gonna take the 3-2 and lead this match here. ECL contention. Very nice start for them. Even the little setback, not gonna get them down. Stewart gonna push in here. Not pushing far enough though. That satchel's gonna go off and he is gonna go down. Crusader gets a nice play off there, getting that satchel down. There's a second vehicle here. Unfortunately, Crusader doesn't have another satchel for him. It's gonna be a Stewart, a Greyhound here. Boyd with the rocket though is gonna be looking to rotate and get a rocket onto that one. Let's hop on board if we can. And there it is. Not coming from Boyd though, or maybe we did get, I disagree. It was from Boyd. We got trapped on the other side of the wall. That's what happened. Nice play from him to take out the Greyhound there. EG getting control over this point here, this midpoint. Next point is Maison du Creek, not too far away, about 300 meters down the road right here. Opening up, flipping the view over facing north right now. You can see HTD getting stalled there, not putting enough bodies on the point, not able to get across the road here. I'm surprised EG, even with that loss on the far south, that they were able to get this much control on the midpoint. Now, the far south is not as high of a priority as the point itself, and maybe just the immediate north of the point, from what you can see here, as it's just open fields down here on the south below the camera right now, pretty much tank territory. So it's honestly not surprising that that infantry truck did get sniped by a tank, but EG making the most of it so far. Now, I'd love to check the map to see exactly what the strategy here is for HTD. While they're going on a wide flank, you can see Recon plane going to spot out the 2 tanks on the backside of checkpoint. Very wide flank up here up north. You can see 2 garrisons almost by western approach. Flanking infantry squad leaders can be Klinga. It's going to be End. And also we're going to have King here too. Nope, that's going to be Flaushy. That's Recon. A lot of bodies up here in the top. Maybe you're looking to set up western approach and go for a double cap here. It's going to be tough, but ooh, what do we have here? Al the Hammer, Bausch, and Baumi coming on the backside for a little Recon tank tomfoolery. I love this. Against 2 tanks, though, very difficult. Now, there is also a Panther coming up over here. Where is that Recon tank? Let's take another look at the map. He's pretty far back in the field. It's going to be on the left side of your screen here, coming up right behind the Panther. There it is, both of them in one shot. The Greyhound at the top and the Panther at the bottom. Zune, Kason, and Ninzo here for EG. Now, looking at the map just to check munitions, we have 366, 740, and 580, so fuel's all right. Munitions are a little low. Greyhound's trying to take shots, but he's hitting trees. Maybe they're doing for like a snipe, trying to go for a snipe on the backside here. 3 tanks close proximity, all except for one of the German tanks on that are available are on the field. Weisskopf's got to watch out. Almost gets run over by the Panzer IV. So we got the Lux, we got the Panzer IV, the medium, and we have the heavy. Oh, this is beautiful from EG. What is this? They're trying to go on top of these 2 barriers. And see over the wall. A very interesting innovation coming out from EG here. Creeping over this barrier to enable them to snipe potential targets far away. Now, this is going to limit their mobility, and this might be an opportunity for the Greyhound to push. If he decides to. Greyhound still on the backside here. He's shelling infantry or something. I don't think they know about this tank just yet. Checking the map again. Yeah, Greyhound's flanking to the north side here. And it's still, it could be massive value, actually. Greyhound looks like he might be fighting somebody over there. Possibly a Puma in the back line. Truly, all the armored vehicles being used here by the Axis. What is this Greyhound doing? Markers are coming out. Think he might be a little stuck. Was really hoping to see him come on the backside of that Panther and cause some problems. A rocket snipe already started. Bombing run gonna hit the main midpoint here. A Neo on the rocket snipe actually stays up. He's rocket sniping from mid to the Arty on the backside. We can easily see if that's working. The litmus test being, are they still on Arty on the backside here for HTD? And yes, they are. So that rocket snipe can't be so effective. No pressure on the backside. OP is not hot. 3 men on the Arty here. Bombing run not going to displace EG from the point. I think the only thing that's going to do it is going to be that Greyhound. There is markers of some kind down here. Yeah, they can see the tank over here, but where is that Greyhound? Well, there he is. Oh, here we go. Okay, Greyhound coming in, not as strong as it used to be. Back in the day, the Greyhounds were a huge threat to Tigers and other armored vehicles. Who's just going to spot this out early? This is big here for the Panther. That's going to allow the Panther to respond to this. Now, what is the response from the Panther? It's going to be front armor, back. Perfect response here from this Panther. This should be an easy takedown onto the Greyhound. I don't even think he's going to see him. Nope. So that little amount of time there is going to cost the Greyhound dearly, limiting the surprise factor of his push on the backside, and also allowing some infantry to get back there and spot it. But you can see the psychological effect that these barricades have. The Allies just shoving shells, I believe from an AT gun, right over that hedgerow. Now, can they see this Panther? I don't think they can. I think it's just beyond the visual range here of the crew. Yeah, if we get down and dirty here, you can see there is a little bump in the field which limits the ability to shoot here. Ooh, but does not limit the ability of the Panther to return fire. AT gun crew gets absolutely deleted there on the south side. Armor for EG pushing up. Looking at the map, of course, we can only see the team, the German team, HTD. Squad leader, Flauchy making it close here. Unfortunately, he's only recon on the backside. Beautiful flank. I'm assuming that might be an airhead. Can't be an airhead. Maybe an airhead that's gone down. Maybe a flanking garrison. Because I didn't see an airhead on the map. If we quickly look again, yeah, no airhead there. Maybe, yeah, no garrison up. Just an OP, 2 OPs, a lot of bodies. 1 OP here, 1 OP here. I'm wondering if Hoos maybe overran one. Just a long flank, I guess. Back defense for EG is a little sus here. Metal not stopping this. Close pressure to point. However, at the same time, there is frontal pressure on Maison de Creek. So yeah, Ice Body Sense says that's only an OP. A lot of bodies. Something that you want to see from an attack is your whole squad spawning in. So hey, shout out to Ham and his squad for all being on point. It's not something you usually see. EG gonna rotate one of their P4s back to deal with this. You can see him right there. He's taking a little bit of damage there. Also, there is a 76 on the south coming to fight this Panther. It's gonna be a heavy battle at the same time. So pressure on both points. EG closing on the front door of HTD. HTD stepping into the back door of EG's at the midpoint here. Now, Panther has taken some shots right here from the AT guns. Wonder if that 76 is going to be able to peek him here on top of the hill. Or on top of the hill, on top of the barricades. Magnet pocket. Repairing here as an engineer. Keeping a lookout on the backside too. Ooh, just missing short. The 76 from range here. You can barely see him at the top of your screen. That was a direct hit. 76. Big damage here. Magnet repairing as much as he can. Yeah, Panther's going to have to move here or he's going to go down. One more shot in. Repair station's taking damage. They're too close. Panther trying to repair. Does not see the 76. Another shot goes in here onto the repair stations, tanking the damage right now. Panther getting close. That did not connect with the 76. Oh, the 76 misses his follow-up shot here. Now the Panther is in the lead. Panther doing huge damage. 76 having to fall back, missing another shot. And he just misses the last one there for the Panther. That was a very, very close fight. 76 scuffing 2 of his shots. Magnet pocket repairing, plus 2 repair stations over here. Whew, that's a crazy little fight here. Ingenuity from EG pulling it out of the bag. Rocket Snipe continues on the top left of your screen over onto the Arty. Don't know if that's being effective. Let's check that out really quick. Oh, we can follow along with this rocket here coming in. Sailing down towards the Arty. Is it gonna land? No. Nice defense there. Barricade gonna stop it. Leveled up barricade here. And unfortunately, there's no recon on the backside here. Andreev is a little bit off. He's gonna be able to start spotting those rockets now. Let's see if he can correct that snipe just a little bit. Because that last shot did not trouble GSAC 822 one bit. Ragnar, GSAC both popping off on the backside here. They are in green because we are in their squad. Of course, we have to join a squad. No spectator option or slot. GSAC gonna have to hop off the Arty to Fight Andreev here. So one of the 3 rocket snipes is working right now, the one on the southern rocket. The other 2 are dropping me. Oh, I was saying they're dropping short. That one hit right on the head. That was a headshot rocket snipe. Woo! Let's go. Corrections coming out from Andreev, possibly. We'll see. I hear another rocket coming in. 1v3 for Andreev on the backside here. It's got to be careful with that, though. I don't know if it's what's more valuable here, going for this little skirmish or correcting the rocket snipe. I think correcting the rocket snipe, getting that down, and then maybe going to fight the defenders is the play, but revealing yourself immediately here without correcting 2 of the 3 rocket snipes. Yeah, that southern rocket snipe, it's coming from the left of your screen on the south, is not working. So they have to correct that, and he goes down here. I think that might be a little bit of a misplay from EG, not getting the rocket snipes locked down before trying to pressure the Arty themselves. Rotating though, back onto the field of play. See if any more rocket snipes are coming in. Oh, see, oh, here's one. Where will it land? That southern one hitting perfectly, the middle and the northern one not hitting properly right now. So rotating back into the fight here on Maison du Creek. It is all EG pushing out right here, pressuring the point hard. Artillery going off on the middle of the point. The tank battle, well, we can check the map to see what the result of that was. It was a stalemate for now. You can see 76 back repairing, AT gun going up, more supplies coming down over here. The Panther has rotated a little bit to the north. There's also pressure from Angels finally getting squad leaders over here on the south side. You can see Vice Cop only squad leader over here. Low prio for EG to defend, but they're going to need to put some bodies here if they want to hold this flank. Now, like we said a little bit earlier, this flank is hard for infantry to push. It really requires tanks and a massive tank control to push up this side. We'll see what Angels can do against Capital and Vice Cop here, though. Wins 1, clears the OP. Angel's gonna... Oh, his foot's peeking out there. I think Vice Cop might have a shot. Goes for the nade? No. He's gonna... clear Angels nicely there. Look, he's looking for an OP to put down. Necro's peeking. Oh, he goes for the Garrison, actually. Replace on the Garrison. Wonder if it maybe got sniped by a tank or a rocket or something. Rocket snipe continues from the south here. Ultimately, not working out too well. But, I mean, EG pressuring the point right here fairly nicely. You can see Smoker. You can see a Neo right on point. I mean, cap progress has already started right here. Germanex, Morisato, Boyd, Kugu, all on point. Here's the Gelly, only one defending. Oh my god, that Panzer IV just deleted a squad lead here for HTD. HTD need defenders though. Vlade, General on the backside. EG, very, very clinical with this push, taking out OPs on point. Down goes the direct point defense OP. Artillery still smashing the point. Hydranton is going to look to push in from the south to help, but I don't see a whole lot here that's going to be stopping this cap progress. Panzer IV Panther pushing onto point. Magnet still tank simping on the backside of that Panther on the left side of your screen. Let's go on board. Oh, there's actually an airhead dropping over here to secure this. Not necessary for EG. I think they have full control over this. They could have... I'm fairly confident they could have used that airhead to push in. But, I mean, HTD is coming strong from 3 directions here. So maybe they just want to make sure. Now 2 Panthers right in the same spot. Check the map quickly to see ammunition. Munitions here, only 98. Oh, I would have loved to see a precision strike come down on those 2 Panthers. Not going to happen though. Fight for point continues. Too many tanks on point though, and this is going to be the 4-1 here for EG, making it look clinical at times. Not really having a whole lot of trouble with this one. 4-1 before the half-hour mark. We're only 22 minutes into this one. Defensive bombing run? No, that's going to be a offensive bombing run here to the south of the camera. Not clearing a whole lot, a couple bodies, and possibly getting a Gary too on the south side. Ooh, I'm assuming that's going to be a rep station or an AT gun. It is an AT gun that goes down. The 76 is actually down north of it, so just chalk one up to the Panther too. Good on them for that one. OP still stays up on the south here, but EG is firmly in control of this point. Only open air rammer over here on the south. Fake is on point. One of the Panthers does go down on point right here, though. I'm not too sure how that happened. Possibly a satchel, a sneaky satchel on the point. Maybe artillery, combination of both. What other tanks do we have up here for HTD? Checking the map right now, there's a light tank. That definitely wasn't what it was. Could have been the 76 on the south side here. Actually, my money is going to go to that 76. Would have had to be the tightest of angles, though. Possible. Looking at the direction we're looking over, yeah, definitely was that 76. So beautiful little angle here. Peeking on the outside. I'm assuming they peeked right over here on the backside of this and then just fell back. So scrub the satchel. That's a Hail Mary satchel with so much control for EG on infantry. That was definitely the 76 from the south. So getting a few wins here, but the massive loss being the point and going down 4-1, it's so hard to come back in this one. Rooster to firm is the last point. Boyd is already on point right here, and he is pushing into point, taking out Hydraton, taking out one of the OPs, two of the OPs on the point. Engineer from EG doing some work on the backside here. Let us see if we go on board with him and what else he has in store for us here on the back of this point. Going inside. Oh. So he gets one, gets taken out by Turbo Jurgen. I don't know what kind of accent that was, honestly. Yeah, not looking great for HTD here. EG already inside the lines. Adisma, Morisato pushing up. YOLO Link defending. Dr. Dolphin. It's just so chaotic right now on the lines for HTD. You can see they're trying to get that north-south line up. Not enough bodies here. Big retreat back onto the backside. Klinke also trying to get out here. General Master also in the mix. EG has these attacking squads that are just in between the defensive squads of HTD right now, causing problems. I think HTD should be able to secure the south side. If Lupfoot and Rapunzel here can rotate a little bit south to clear out that OP from Adisma. Below the cam here, we also have General and his squad coming in. This is a little more touch and go. I mean, General Metal, that's a lot of potential on this flank, and this field especially is a very good space to flank. You don't want to be in open fields, but these grain fields do offer you a significant amount of cover. Of course, there is, you spawn in and you can see clearly through the field, so things like OPs and garrisons aren't necessarily safe. But after a couple seconds, when the load, you know, does come through and the grain does load in, it's pretty good way to conceal a rotation. You can see even AP setting up that garrison there with core. Thank you for the supplies. HTD still trying to stay in this one, maybe setting up a second front closer on the attacking side, but EG here getting a pretty nice flank. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to hold completely on the western side of the point and only kind of have this northern side. But this northern control is going to lead to pressure on the backside and on the artillery itself. Zuko pressure, and you can see rocket snipe coming in. Let's see if it connects. Beautiful. So they've sorted that one on the middle from the north. The north one is consistently being good, though. It's just that southern rocket snipe that was missing for quite a while there. Let's head back over to Maison du Creek, see here if we can find out what the situation is, if there's any attacking pressure going on. No, EG, oh. Down goes an armor piece here for EG in the middle. The Panther. Ooh, that's fairly odd. I was waiting to see what that was. It looks like it's going to be HTD doing their own little trickery over here on the opposite side of things. Very nice. I'm not sure if it's this 76 or this 76 that got the takedown. But hey, shout out to HTD Tank Crews for coming back into this one. On the south side, very nice play right there, taking out a Panther. Now I'm not too sure how many Panthers or tanks EG has up. I would love to be able to see that. Definitely have suffered a few heavy tank losses here, and this could be an opportunity for HTD, especially if this trend continues and EG do continue losing Panthers. That's, you know, getting 4 76s on the field. Obviously it's not the same as 4 Panthers, but that's a lot, especially if your team can only muster, say, Panzer IVs or Luxes or Pumas to defend. This game could switch fairly quickly. There's still an hour left in this one. There are still armor pieces up. You can see right here. There is another Panther up and a Panzer IV, so it's not over yet. But they're going to have to be very careful about how they use this Panther. Big Bang, 13, and Cosmo are going to be have to be super careful that they don't lose this Panther and potentially the Panzer IV with it. Because if that happens, there's a fairly good possibility that the tanks of HTD just could really plow through the front line with no recourse. Let's try and focus on some close quarters infantry play, maybe follow up on Lup here. Apologies, I butchered this name a little bit earlier. Sounds like to me, it looks like a tongue twister in English, let alone trying to pronounce it in German. Spotting out Sitch there commanding. Looks like for EG. Sitch, longtime commander for this squad and others. He did command EG back for a couple tournaments there, and before EG kind of broke up. Now they have reformed, and from what I've been told and from the interviews and the conversations I've had, this is pretty much the last go in competitive for a lot of these guys. There's been a lot of breakups in the scene, even going to EG. I mean, you got guys like Smoker from 82AD, a lot of 82AD going there, a lot of LS, I think some Cult too. So EG really a combination of a lot of teams here, and the mood, at least with some people I talked to on the roster, is that if this doesn't work out, if this team doesn't work out, then they might be moving on to other games. It would be sad to see happen, but that's one thing about competitive Hell Let Loose, is rosters are very very flexible. Let's just say teams can come and go in the blink of an eye, and teams that stay together for longer are more the exception and not the rule. Now, looking for a little push here with the Puma. This is very wishful thinking, pushing head on into 276s. Maybe just trying to crush OPs here and bait these 76s out. No, he's going to go straight. Yeah, no clue what was going through the head of that Puma right there. Maybe to lock a 76 in. Here comes a dive bomb. Stuka, where's it going to land? Oh, it landed over here? Okay. It looked like it was going to land a little further ahead. No, that's just a Greyhound. The Stuka bomb, you saw that too. It definitely landed in front beside the 76, and the 76 took no damage. No damage. Sitch is going to be so mad right now, and I don't blame him. Front armor, maybe you can make an argument. The strongest part of the armor was facing the bomb when it dropped, but that thing dropped literally a meter in front of the tank, and it didn't go down. Maybe minor track damage, so what can you do? Definitely not the first time we've seen that. That happens, you know, fairly regularly, unfortunately. And it's a sizable amount of munitions to really commit to a precision strike like that, to have it, I don't want to say bug, but from what it looked like, that did not do the correct amount of damage to the vehicle. We'll have to clip that one and check it out a little later, though. Here comes the pushback from the 76s and EG here. Apologies, HTD. Puma's providing a little bit of nice cover. Allows the 76 to peek the gap without exposing too much of its hull here. Once this smoke settles here, he's going to have a nice peek over. What's he going to find? Well, the Panther's already rotated to the left here, past this garrison, and is peeking a little further up, so he's not going to really find much. Now the Lord Jack's tank is peeking, though. Big damage coming in here to the Panther. Going to have to fall back and deal with it. Fairly odd to see that, I guess that damage going to the hull, not hitting the tracks. It looked like that shot was fairly low on the side of the tank. I'm surprised that it didn't do damage to the tracks also. I think one thing that makes tank combat fairly stale right now in the meta is the fact that the tracking just isn't tracking. If we're comparing to other games, look at a game like Squad where the track comes off and there's a physical repair time. Something I think this game would benefit from immensely would be a mechanic more akin to that, where there is punishment for peeking. You can't just forever yo-yo peek and be safe, even if you put your tank in a dangerous position. They're going to rotate a little bit to the south here. Now, this is going to put them in the lane of both tanks at the same time. Very, very dangerous here for this Panther. Now, it is 4-1. 55 minutes to go in this one. EG doing very well in the infantry portion and good off the start with tanking. However, they have lost a couple Panthers here. And this is a very dangerous peak right here. Where are the 76s? Are they peaking? They're not looking. The northern 76 has retreated here, and the southern one does not have a view. Finally shot in from the south one. Where is the second 76? Where they're pushing, they're not staying in that lane. Oh no, that could have been an easy takedown. That northern 76 did not hold his angle for long enough, unfortunately. Now he is going to peek it again. This is the problem right here. There it is, and down goes the Panther. Good rotation back to that lane. Good play again from the HTD tanks. And you know what? Off the back of this one, here comes HTD. They've made 20% cap progress on point. I believe that's just Balmy on the back and a little frontline pressure. And off of the tank play, HTD is finding a way back into this game. It is still 4-1. 50% cap progress here from sector alone. EG, where is their whole team? Where are they all? EG is out of position right now. They're going to need a big respawn wave. I believe it just hit as the cap progress is stalling in the middle of the battlefield. There was looking like a tank going down on the backside here. We do have another Panther coming out. This is going to be the last one, though, for a little bit at least. And he almost gets taken out. Huge damage coming into the Panther. They have to play so safe. I don't know quite why that Panther was peeking when he had a friend already halfway onto the battlefield. He should have waited that extra couple minutes to get that second Panther there to peek together and to kind of try and dictate the flow of the battle. Now they're down another Panther. You know, their Panther on point is getting singled out, taking heavy damage, almost not making it to the fourth. Luckily, though, there is a stall with the respawns. Now, Balmy on the backside, what can he do here? An invigorated HTD here, forming their lines nicely, forming a flank on the south to this lane that goes up north to point. Very important to claim this. The big question mark really is this northern side here. Sirius, Keller, Dr. Dolphin not having a lot of luck up here, and this is where they have to focus, maybe rotating a couple more bodies over here to try and secure this and extend this defensive line all the way to, say, this middle road. If they can do that, get some good shooters looking north, they can effectively push the fourth. Now, I'm not huge on this cemetery push here from Medic Squad. I do like Ham on the flank, but it's also fairly difficult to leave your center so exposed, because Ham, look how far he has to go, and even if he does get to the bottom here, it's fairly easy to defend, because effectively to push Maison du Creek, you have to go almost onto checkpoint itself. With these open fields, so easy to cover with one soldier. One or two soldiers, one or two shooters, very easy on one OP. Ham is, oh gosh, he's gonna go for the push through the field. Nobody's looking, it might work. No, not gonna work. He does get caught out. That's a waste of time here. He's gonna try to get the garrison up. Yeah, it's just a waste of time to get so far around the back and then to just run through the field. You reveal your position in the placement of your OPs. You reveal so much information. I don't think it was worth it there for him to take that risk. Looking in on the middle of this battle here, still a gaping hole in the middle of the HTD lines. They need to control this, and even if it's not the focal point of their push, just getting up to where Rapunzel is and controlling this whole line here is so important. But effectively that push really doesn't come through the middle here. It's always going to come through the south or the backside and possibly the north. Now you can see the prio that EG is putting on the south side here. 2 squads, MGs, a lot of infantry over here. Angels having a hard time pushing up. Nectro and Schnitt not really making too much progress over here. If I was AG, I'd want to look to use that armor. If possible, use that armor to force the south. Force a 2v1 fight that this Panther can't win. Good munitions right here. 390 fuel, not horrible on the fuel. The third 76 is coming out. This is what we were talking about a little earlier. If the trend continues, they're going to keep adding on those heavies. It's a 3v1 right now. So this is easily, you can push them all to attack and you can leave one to defend. You can afford to lose potentially one tank in a 3v1. You probably shouldn't if you do, but this is a golden opportunity for HTD, and I don't see them angling to take advantage of it. They need to make a momentous play right here and really force the issue onto Maison du Creek. 49 minutes to go, still a lot of time in this one. I think for EG, as they do find a peek onto one of the 76s, could be a big win right here. Why is it trying to fight this one? It needs to fall back and repair. Could be a big win. Yeah, looks like the tank has fallen back to repair. Sensible decision. EG needs to be very defensive with this tank. Until they get 2 Panthers up, this tank should immediately be in cover if it ever takes damage. Shot going in a little behind it. Maybe, oh, there is the second Panther. There we go. Second Panther already taken some shots. No shots connecting from him. So that's looking good, getting that second Panther out there. I believe they can start to challenge. Rocket Snipe coming in, and very nice pressure on the backside right here. Rocket Snipe was a good one. It didn't connect with anyone because nobody for HTD is on the defensive here. Valde, Aspid, and Andreev Zuko also defending. I don't know what Hem and Flausch are doing. Maybe looking for OPs. But this is not good. This is exactly the opposite of what HTD need right now. To get back into this game, yes, they have the tank advantage, 3-2 or now, but they don't have any Artie. You really need Artie to force the points. You need to suppress the garrisons to enable those big pushes. Doesn't look like they're going to get that right now. Possibility of a bombing run dropping here. Ooh, this is going to be juicy. Starting over by Numazon. Oh, wrong hedgerow. So frontline bombing run goes out. Macbeth, that fortunately spawns in right after it drops. Kugo's going to go down also. Here comes the push from HTD. This isn't as decisive as the bombing run as I was hoping for. It was more of a midline bombing run to try and reclaim that lane in the middle that we were talking about a few minutes ago. Meanwhile, artillery, oh, beautiful arty shots coming in here, destroys the whole squad. Meanwhile, shots coming in from those Panthers. 176 retreating out of the 3. Oh, and down goes one of the Panthers on the backside here. Magnet losing his simp status as an engineer simp on the backside of this Panther. It takes too much damage. So yeah, they did pressure with 2. They weren't able to get any of the 76s. So they're back in that same position right now, but it's not so bad. Even though there is some sector cap progress coming out here from HTD, EG have full control over the arty. The arty is the X factor when it comes to camping. Apologies that. Fix the stream title here. Big push coming out from HTD. SGG Cheeses playing an alliance here with HTD. Making a little push on the backside. General trying to use his smoke here to get around backside of Angel. Sees the back of him. Oh, unable to make the takedown though. Jesus on the flank. Angel's going to get that OP up. General on the flank also. Unfortunately for General in this situation here, Angels has that OP up. He might have thought he got the takedown, but that's not the case. So even if General succeeds in pushing further back, HTD already have the position on the south here. This is a very big position to take for this flank. And as soon as Angels rotates an AT, and this garrison's going to be under threat right here. Key garrison on the backside. It looks like HTD have recovered momentarily their artillery. Nice nades coming up. Angels takes the head off the defender over here on point. Beautiful play from him. Now can he get the garrison? There's still a Panther up on the backside here. Should be able... No HE coming out. Nice play from HE. They've taken the south. Now they're going to start to push north, and EG is in real trouble right now. One tank up on the backside. No control on the south. No garrison on the south. If HTD can rotate another squad over here, they're going to have a lot of lanes opening up as EG scramble to try and stabilize this one. It looks like there's going to be a bombing run potentially to stop this push in its tracks from the south. Let's see where it lands here for EG. Oh, it almost completely whiffs. It is going to do some damage to the 76 here. So tracks do take a little bit of damage there. In the end, that's not a lot though. Marquesiano makes it through. He's going to get another OP up. Now, the defense for EG is stalwart though. Lots of bodies over here. General, Vice Cop, both squad leaders in a position here. The threat is when Hydrante pushes in from the east at the same time. Now, Artie's very nice here. Creeping Artie down to the south. That should be able to suppress this. The real question is Epsilon and Hydrante, can they push up the mid? What can they do? I'd love to see a secondary squad leader from both those squads try to crawl up the mid too. I've seen that before. I think it was 116 Greyhounds. Previously known as 116. Now they're, I believe, just the Greyhounds. Rebranding. Precision strike coming in, taking out the Panther on the backside. This one is not going to miss. Beautiful strike, and down goes another heavy tank for EG. What are they going to do? They are up against so many 76s here, 3 of them. And a medium, if they can crew that medium too. I mean, what are they going to do on the backside? OP's up from the recon squads on checkpoint, and EG are digging themselves a rather large hole here. Yeah, that play is very innovative, but when the enemy has a precision strike on the field, it's so hard to put yourself in a position where you just cannot get out of it. And also coming into play here, the arty for EG, being able to have those munitions in the pocket to pull them out. That arty really did a really nice job to stall this attack from the south so that HTD could not push up. And if they do get lucky, I mean, they're taking out full squads with some of these shots. Now, I want to see the HTD tanks really push in force now. They need to use them. They can't not. There's no more tanks for EG to defend with. And even if there is, it's going to be a medium, maybe a heavy in a couple minutes. But really now is the timing to push up. I actually did see a shot over here from the mid. I'm wondering if that's an AT gun or if that's another Panther. No, yeah, like we said, it's just a Panzer IV here. This is a one shot. From now on, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing Panzer IVs and Luxes, or even Panzer IVs and just Pumas coming out, trying to do some heroics. Yeah, because losing so many Panthers, that fuel situation's got to be horrible right now. Unfortunately, we can't see, we can't see the enemy team. It'd be really cool if you could. I think the way it's designed, though, it's just is not a possibility unless they add a specific spectator situation in spectator mode, I guess you could say. Nade spam, ridiculous amounts of nade spam. Unfortunately, 10 nades is going to equal 1 arty strike. Chubby, Vice Cop defending. Chubby gets 2. Angels, Schnitt pushing. Angel's going to go for a quick peek here. No, he gets taken up from the left side. Now Schnitt makes it pretty far over here. If only he can get a satchel up. Unfortunately, don't know if that satchel is going to be enough for the Gary. We could go on board right here and see. Oh, and just as we go on board, he goes down. Fall with Shelby here. Infantry fight coming around the side of this hedge. Spots Marcusiano. Easy one tap right there. Big damage coming in from that Panzer IV onto the 76. It's got to be careful. Oh no, did the Panzer IV just take out a 76? Hold the phone. We have to go investigate this one. Zune, Kason, and Ninzo. Oh, they brought another Panther up, so there we go. That is the answer right there. And that is also a win that EG needed very, very badly. They needed to take out some of those 76, and you know what? HTD really wasn't using them either. I felt like once they got that win on that Panther with the precision, we'd see a push. And you know, we did comment that there would be a couple minutes at least before, if there was another Panther in pocket, that it would pull up. No push coming from HTD. They weren't able to do anything on the south with the arty suppressing them. And just like that, EG is looking a lot safer than they were just a couple minutes ago. More damage going onto another tank over here. Another 76 taking big damage. It would be absolutely huge for that crew to get 2. I mean, they got 1. That was pretty big. If they could get 2 here, this game is looking more and more like it's in the pocket for EG. Shots coming through. Interestingly, aiming at that water tower on the backside. 76 rotating. Not too much damage. I'd love to see them repair before they peek, and I think that's what they're about to do right here. Yep. Jack, and Amian hopping out here. Jax might take out his binos and look to see if he can figure out what is doing so much damage. Not going to have any luck peeking over this hedgerow just yet. Let's rotate into the middle of this fight because we haven't seen too much of the middle of this one from either side just yet. The battle rages on over here at the cemetery, just south of the cemetery in the cornfields. Klinge. Ratio. Al the Hammer. Pushing against EG defenders. Nice little tight angle peek right there. Oh, beautiful through the wall. Is he going to get the third? He does. I don't know what your name is. I can't read Cyrillic, but that was an amazing play right there. Using the bushes, using the angles, and the movement to rotate through and take it. That's got to be one of the highlights of the game right there. Kudos to you. That could be Kevin for all I know. I mean, that's just judging by English standards. Really nice play, though, from him and EG. And that might be one of the reasons why EG's dominating the middle of this match right now. The heat turning up a little bit here on HTD, though, as that already refocuses off of the south side, now hitting directly on the lines of EG. Little push coming out from McBethid. Believe also an 82 AD transfer. Now you can see with that support of the tank, with that clear on the south side, EG getting empowered again, using that tank to hit specific spots and pushing with their infantry right here. And we are seeing a little bit of cap progress back on the last point. That's going to be from Smoker in proximity. That's, again, nobody on the hard cap. That's just from the sector. We'll zoom over and say hello to Smoker. He is actually a transfer from HTD. So he did used to be a member of HTD transferring to EG. A funny fact, I actually made his Discord profile image back when he was in HTD. They have a cool little customizable image, and I hopped into the channel when they were doing it the first time, designing one, and I was just hanging out and figured, hey, I'd pop open Photoshop and do a little design for Smoker, and that's what we did. I think it was Elon Musk. I used Elon Musk on Joe Rogan podcast. You can make the connection with your mind if you know what I'm talking about for that one. But essentially it's the HTD logo when it pops up on screen, the little ghost, but they would replace the face of it with, you know, either their face or whatever image they wanted to use for their Discord profile, and then put the name underneath. So I did that Elon Musk then, and I decorated it nicely with doges and rockets and other stuff, and then he actually used it to his credit for quite a while. So shout out to you, Smoker. Unfortunately, that push on to the last point didn't really work out for him. Too many defenders there to stop him. But, I mean, you know, he has to be pretty happy with his team's performance so far in this one. EG, you know, early on taking control and pushing in. These 76s still on the south here, still, you know, only fighting one Panther. There is not a second Panther. There probably will be soon because it's been quite a while since that fuel went down. And it's not like EG were consistently losing tanks. It was fairly spaced out, a couple minutes, maybe say maybe 5 to 10 minutes apart. We can actually see that Panther still on defense. The best idea, really, until they get 2 again. But I mean, HTD is seemingly content to sit back with these 76s and defend all day. So don't think they'll play a large part in the rest of this one. Now, them this close together, I don't know if Sitch is hesitant to drop another precision strike, but depending on how many munitions they have, he might be open to the idea. Now, was this one of the 76s going down? Did they just get another one? No, looking more like just a rep station going down on a satchel from Capital. But my gosh, those 76s are getting a little too close for comfort. Of course, one precision strike can take out 2 76s. We've seen it happen on the channel. We've seen it happen in competitive games. The timing has to be perfect. HTD holding their line on the south, but still just having those problems here in the northern side of this one in the middle. Not able to take full control of their front line. As more shots ricochet on the tanks, you can hear that distinctive sound of armor ricocheting. It looks like it's the far southern tank. I'm seeing multiple tank shots go on the north and south 76s, so that leads me to suspect that there is more than one Panther up right now. They have got another one on, but I suspect they have 0 fuel after bringing that out. Yeah, definitely is more than one. Let's race over to the 76 to see what's going on. Now, they actually did get one. So there was that the earlier one, though. That might have been the earlier one already. I'm looking to see if there's another tank a little further back. What we could do is just check the map. Ooh, nasty ricochet going off there. Don't want to be standing behind. Yeah, still 3 tanks up here. Ricochet's coming in. Bombing run going to be coming in here, too. Where is it going to land? This could be EG setting up for a big push. Big damage here onto the 76. It's having to retreat. What can the Panther do? Can he take him out here? No, it falls back in time. Rotating the camera to see the damage on that bombing run. Not a great bombing run, it has to be said. Here comes the precision strike, though. Where's it gonna land? Oh, it just misses again. This was a little further away this time, but the tank's already damaged. What would you say? 10? I'd say 15 meters away, that 76. And again, the precision strike misses here. Very unfortunate there for Sitch. Second miss of the day. Shout out to Torfisk in chat. The UK's #1 Viking with the copy pasta. I did pay him that copy pasta yesterday in the WTH game. So it's only nice that he pays it back. He's forwarding it to Sitch. Sitch is his #1 fan. And it goes like this. If Sitch has million number of fans, I'm one of them. If Sitch has 10 fans, I am one of them. If Sitch have only one fan, and that is me. If Sitch has no fans, that means I am no more on Earth. If world against me, the Sitch, I am against the world. I love hashtag Sitch till my last breath. Let's go. Shout out to you, Torfisk, and congrats on the win yesterday. Another, possible. I believe that's only going to be a Lux going down. I have a feeling that's not. Maybe a Panzer IV here. Yeah, just a Lux going down there for EG. So ultimately not a huge loss. Still, I mean, it is a little bit of fuel. Panthers pushing right here, getting shot in the side profile. Turbo Jurgen also with the shots. My God, where is the 76? There he is. Both 76s here, and down goes another Panther. That is not what the doctor ordered right here. Finally, HTD rotating their tanks, pushing them a little bit, and that might be what else blew up over here. No, just one Panther. I was making sure that there wasn't two. Odd play from EG to throw that Panther into the middle right there. There's no hard cover on either side. They're in the middle of a field. What are they going to do in that situation other than get shot and taken out? You know there's 3 tanks against you. Is it a matter of, like, there's a Panther pulling up to the backside of Maison? Apart from a Panther, I see something else pulling up, and that's going to be an HTD offensive squad. Chegs, Mr. End. Here, Sitch did take someone out on point. A squad lead from the backside. But there's a couple bodies of HTD on point. Let's see what they can make of it. I think I called that one, though. Yeah, indeed, there is a Panther, and he did pull up to the backside of point. Okay, so why are you shoving that other Panther through the mid then, buddy? The EG's decision-making on their tanks here is starting to really boggle my mind. They're very comfortable, but, I mean, there's still 26 minutes to go. More than enough time to cap some of these points. Now, at the same time, big explosion on the left. That could be one of the 76s. Hoos, though, with a massive play, clearing 3. And does he get the OP? Let's check the map and find out. Yes, he does. Hoos with the defensive play here. Very, very risky OP from the HTD attack gets cleared out. Shout out to Sitch also with a nice takedown, too. My real question is just the Panther over here pulls up to point. Okay, so they want to push one of the Panthers forward. Push him forward with no cover, no nothing. Now, there was the explosion over here in the mid. Looks like that might have just been a transport truck going down. We can check the map again and confirm. Let's see on the map. Yes, still 3 tanks up here, but still not doing anything with them. A 3v1 with the 76s. Now, Cafe Babe, I believe, does get the garrison here in the field. So that is going to open up a nice possibility of a push. Also, the Satchel, I think it was Capital maybe going for that first one and respawning. Regardless, here comes, well, Chubby gets taken out. Here comes one Satchel. Unfortunately, Capital doesn't really have a lane to get on the backside of this 76. Now, smart play here to fall back. No precision strike for the Axis, so it's all going to have to be up to be, you know, the infantry. It's all going to have to be up to the infantry, excuse me, and the one tank that's left. My faith, while we've seen some really nice individual plays, the overall decision-making from those EG tanks has been a little spotty, so I don't think also we're going to see them really want to risk that tank, of course, because there's still 20 minutes left. It only takes 2 minutes to cap a point. We're looking at 4 minutes, and, you know, HTD have essentially won the game. So with Checkpoint and Maison being so close together, I don't think EG do risk that Panther. And again, I'm wondering just where. Okay, so we have decent munitions here, lower manpower, decent fuel. We have 1,300 fuel and 3 tanks. Why is there not a 476? And why are those 476 not forcing a play onto, I don't know, anything at this point? We're low in manpower. I would love to see an airhead protected by 476. I'd love to see a half track in this play on a long flank. Another Satchel goes off here. Looks like down goes a rep station in the corner. See you later. We'll do that all day over here. Just something. Checkpoint and Maison are so close together that if they get one, they'll get both. Explosion in the mid here. It looks like another rep station going out for the Allies. So slowly but surely dwindling down the numbers of those rep stations in the middle of the field. On point, while all this is happening, the backside, I believe we might have missed an airhead coming out from Sitch, because I don't think this many bodies get here without a little help. It's going to be a Garrison and possibly a bombing run coming in here. Where is this bombing run going to drop? Well, let's sit back and see. Up the middle here. Not a great bombing run. I'm going to think that's a defensive. Yeah, sees 4 bodies on the screen and pulls the trigger. Unfortunately, Adisma and Metal both on the last point. And Neo, Cafe Babe, Bob, Crusader all coming in. Let's get close and tight with this fight here. Metal going to go down on the backside. Turbo looking to clear. Adisma on the second floor of this little farmhouse here. He's just sitting holding a tight angle in the corner. Gonna push out. Watch out for that mine. Not gonna hit the mine. 76 is getting into a bit of tussle with the... Is that double or triple tank simping we got going on here? Tiger coming out. Pashan and Magnet on the tank simp over here. I wish we could talk to them and say something. Do they have a word for tank simps anywhere? How many engineers does it take to repair a Panther? Well, the Tiger comes out here, and they're going to look to push Big Bang Cosmo and 13 with Bloody John, Hellward, and Alex. Still missing that third crew with Zune in it. Wonder if we'll see them come up in a Panzer IV or another Tiger. I mean, I love the Tiger personally. I know it's not the meta for Hell Let Loose, but I love it. There is a tank marker on the flank right here. What kind of silly situation is going on for that to be called up? I'm assuming a recon possibly. I don't see anything. I do see something a little blown up over here. Yep, recon tank looking for the flank. Now, as this is happening, seemingly HTD have no clue that half of EG is in their HQ, behind their point, on their point. There doesn't seem to be an urgency or a response to deal with this situation right here. As 76 is going to get satcheled in the middle of the play, so scratch one. It's going to be a 2v2 on the field. The Panther and the 76s are going to face off here. Martin out repairing Magnet on the back of the Panther repairing. Who's going to win this one? And it is going to be the Panther here with Magnet on the back repairing Bloody John, Hellward, and the driver. And here we go. EG looking to finish this one off with 19 minutes to go. 2v1. The tables have been turned here. Tiger, though, might be getting peeked by the 76. No, the 76 just goes behind the berm right at the time that it could have shot. Oh, second peak angle coming up. Tiger's not looking. Should get one shot off. Gets one shot in here to the side. 76 still has not found out where this Tiger is. Tiger could get a kill here. 76 now going forward. That's not the way. Looks like the shot hits the side of the berm right there. Tiger should be able to find a peak. The combat, not combat NG, sorry, the satchel going to go off on the side right here with no idea of the satchel placement. That 76 is going to be going down right there. Unfortunately, the commander's already out to repair. For his trouble, he gets obliterated by another tank shot. Here comes a precision strike, though, on the backside. Where's it going to drop? It misses long. The Panther is all right. Both teams missing a couple precision strikes. Here comes a bombing run on the point, but the tank's going to go down to the satchel before that can happen. Bombing run lands on the front side of point here. However, EG has already almost lost position on the back. Now, with those tanks going down and with the tanks pushing from EG, I think this might be the end here, but a good job here from Epsilon, Dr. Dolphin Klinga to get in between EG and their push from the backside. You can see on the flank here, another 76 coming out. There's more than enough fuel to pull those out. Sirius taking down the spawns on the backside, slowly clearing. And I think they've done it in enough time where they might be able to come back from this one. It's going to be very close, though, as Smoker's already rotated to the front. The Tiger and Panther both pushing in. They're going to be right on the doorstep here of HTD's last point. Aspid actually makes it onto point. We'll see if he can get an OP up and potentially spawn some guys on the point here. Going toe-to-toe with Core. No, he's just kind of singularly focused, not scanning, not seeing the HTD defender on point. EG look like they've pulled the trigger on this one, potentially sending both their tanks into the hard cap. Tiger's slowing up a little bit. Would love to see the Tiger just kind of impose its will here at the end of the game. Let's go on board with the mighty Tiger. Big Bang, Cosmo in the gun, and 13 in the driver's seat. Very close to this OP. Should be about to crush it if they do go a little bit more forward. Shot coming in from the backside, 76. Looks like he does go down. The Tiger, though, gets taken out by anti-tank infantry from behind. Does look like, though, the 76 on the rotation going down in the backside at the same time. Yep, he does go down. Looking at the battle from above right here, you can see the orange bodies of EG on the Axis side. Really trying to push from a couple angles here. Marcusiano, Epsilon, the last two squad leaders on point. Hydronton is pushing in from the north to try and help out there. So is Dr. Dolphin. Aspid again looking to get back on the point, but this time he might flank north and go for the Gary. No, he doesn't. AT coming out from the left flank, though, onto this Panther. Another Panther coming up from the back. EG not having the problems they had a little bit earlier in the game with fuel. Steadily recovered to a respectable 2 Panther count. Panther losing its engineer on the backside. Luckily, that was only a squad lead coming in. No satchel just yet. HTD making EG really work for this last point. You can see Marcusiano holding strong, Epsilon holding strong in the back. Dr. Dolphin should be in reaching distance of the point right now. Smoker not making the progress that he needed to get on point. Now with 2 heavy tanks, though, it's going to be very difficult to keep holding this one back. Especially when they're just pushing in right here, shoving this Gary. Zune, Kazon, Ninzo. Really nice plays earlier in the game. Garrison on the other side of the hedgerow right here with Dr. Dolphin. Might have been taken out by the tank already. Oh. Dolphin's going to be feeling that one on his next respawn also. Check the point, check the map. Let's see those Gary positionings. So it's a little further north right here. There's, again, pressure on the backside. As we're looking for that pressure on the Gary, another tank going down here. Yep. The Panther going down over here from the backside. A medium claiming that one. Very nice play from the medium. A little careless from that Panther to stay in that position so long. They've been there for about 5 and they were marked out the second they pulled in there. But I mean, HTD really standing on their heads right now to stay in this one. 13 minutes to go. EG failing on their first attempt on a backwards flank. However, this might be the second time being the charm here. Zuko on the Artie, complete denial of enemy artillery over here. He's found himself a little nice corner between the interesting artillery defense design here. Reminds me of a more chaotic version of STDB's Utah defense a while ago versus 233C, I believe, or it could be in bad company in that one, where they lined up their transport trucks in front of the Artie to provide a little Artie defense there and a little wall, adding in some wire here and there. Loop gonna secure the backside in that overrun garrison, no longer overrun. The rest of EG being cleared clearly off the backside here. Really is just a full frontal assault right now with a little sprinkle on the flank and big explosion coming in. That is going to be another Panther going down, facing completely the wrong way. Don't know what he was thinking right there. Beautiful peek by the 76 over here to take him out, and another dub for the tankers of HTD. Unfortunately, they get a lot of these wins, but there's never a timing when they get the double takedowns of the tanks to really force the issue with a push. Now, I don't think they have that many tanks up. They do have 2 with 870 fuel. They could have 3 if they wanted. They do have the medium though. Would love to see okay, you have a medium, you have enough fuel for another 76, pull it a 76, give this medium to like some people, maybe your secondary offensive squad that have some tanking experience, and just YOLO it onto Maison. That's what they've already done with bodies and OPs. The tanks are so far back that medium can even itself YOLO it in. Panzer IV is the only thing defending right here. Infantry trying to defend too. No cap progress starting yet. Who's on point with Tricky Lurker, Morciato, and Magnet defending. Who's is going to go down. Morsato is the last one up. Rocket comes into the backside. Not too sure if that did get a Gary or whatnot. Definitely a common Gary position though to pre-snipe for. Ooh. I don't think that was the Panzer IV with that answer though. Now Puma coming out. So yeah, again, we're seeing fuel problems here for EG, bringing out the Puma. Now there's only one man, so it could just be an emergency defensive Puma, which isn't a terrible idea. But definitely seeing the Panzer IV comes out is an indicative of those fuel problems. Panzer IV very vulnerable right here. Stewart on the flank looking for one. He takes out the Puma. Now can he get the Panzer IV at the same time too? It's gonna be very close. Panzer IV in the hull rotation. Here comes the Stewart. Stewart on the flank of the Panzer IV. This would be absolutely massive. Oh no, Panzer IV rotates its butt. Finally, the driver's rotating. Why did the Stewart stop? Oh, huge mistake from the Stewart driver there to stop. That was not a good decision. That's going to be easy takedown. Yeah, he finds the backside but stops at the crucial moment instead of continuing to drive and enabling the ability to drive around the backside of the Panzer IV and potentially get a takedown. Just a mistake there from the driver of the Stewart. Unfortunate. Now, regardless, very close position to this trench would have denied a forever kind of circular loop around for the Stewart, but regardless, not the best there. Now EG dealt with this very nicely. One of the best chances that HTD have had all game, and it's just gobbled up instantly. Justness metal with beautiful positioning. An example of really good defensive positioning from the OPs, and just defending in general. Overlapping defense, come in from behind them and attack them from 2 sides, force them to not only attack the point, but defend their spawns, and it's just too much for the defenders to handle. But again, no tank involvement in this. Here comes the tank way too late. The coordination, maybe a communication issue with the tanks and the attack, because the tanks were nowhere. They had the tank advantage. They won that tank battle at the same time as this was kicking off, and there was a good 2 to 3 minutes where those tanks maybe could have repositioned. Okay, let's give that a 45-second drive to Maison de Creek. After that, you have a 1.5 to 3 minutes potentially where the tanks could have been taking out OPs, supporting infantry, shelling defenders, capping point, right? So many different things those tanks could have been doing on point with their numerical advantage that they weren't. Moreover, that we still don't see another 76 coming up. Finally, it's just in main, still 530 fuel. I mean, they had like what, 800 fuel, and they were on 2 tanks with the enemy with none. I don't know, man. Both sides tanking, really questionable. Oh, tanks? What? My voice is like cracking here. EG using a arty snipe for the spotted tank. Here comes a precision strike. That one's potentially going to miss. It misses again. Sitch with the precision strikes here is going too far forward. He has to assume the positioning of the tank and guess a little bit behind here. Now, I think even if he had guessed 5-10 meters behind, it potentially still would have missed. But still, I mean, he's gotta anticipate that, because that's the third one that's missed today. Now, the medium goes down almost immediately here. Cleanly taken out, no chance for him. I'm gonna chalk that to the Panzer IV, unless there's a Panther on the backside here coming up. I don't see anything. Yeah, just Panzer IV on the rotation. Maybe an AT gun setup, potentially. Maybe even a satchel. No, he's a little too far for a satchel. I'm going to give that to the P4. Maybe even capital, a long-range shot with a rocket. That would be a beautiful shot if it was. Yeah. So for EG, for both sides, the interesting tanking, you got to say EG, questionable decision-making on their pushes. And then for HTD, a lack of kind of decisive decision making to push with timing attacks when they have the advantage. Lux coming in, doing some damage to a dead tank. Not too sure what. Zune, Natsun, and Ninzo maybe a little frustrated. Did they get taken out by that medium potentially? That might be something. Just or they're going for the infantry behind. That's a nice little take there for the armor crew. Oh no, the driver actually turns the hull and takes the gun off of Whizball there, preventing the takedown at the end. 5 minutes to go though. This is going to be the dub confirmed here for EG in about 1 minute and 27 seconds. All they have to do is hold on for that time, and there will not be enough time in the match, even with persistent, consistent, non-stopping, never-ending cap progress. The game will end before there's an opportunity to come back and win this one. So what's it going to be? Is it going to be a 4-1, a 5-0 for EG? Unlikely. I don't think EG have anything really in the tank to attack this one. You can see HTD pushing their line successfully, barring a crazy airhead. I think this one's going to end potentially 4-1. Now, there's still a potential for another attack. I think, though, that HTD did kind of also expend their last push with the last attack here on the Maison. So this one most likely going to end a 4-1 here with 4 minutes to go. 37 seconds left for an absolute victory, though. Now, this conservative strategy of defense might have been able to work if HTD had taken the midpoint, but they didn't, and they didn't even hold on to the force, so. It looks like Panzer IV picking a fight with the 76 there. That's why the Panzer IV pulled back immediately. Panzer IV is a one-shot to the main hull. So you can think of the flat armor that kind of wraps itself around the midsection of the P4. To a 76, anywhere that's a one-shot. Big Bang gonna hop out and whip out those binos to see if he has an option for another shot. Now, he did ricochet the first one, but he's gonna go down there to, looks like a machine gun fire from Cheeses possibly. So there's the 4-minute mark. 30 seconds into it, a guaranteed at least 3-2 win here for EG. Very deservingly, really nice work from their artillery play. Let's actually give them a shout out over here. We haven't been over here all game so far. Already stayed strong. HTD really could not challenge with the recon. No pressure on the backside here. You can see the Artie defense going up. Nice barricades. We got Pizza, Bloody John, Lara, Alex, Hellward, and Germanex on the Artie. You can see Hellward and Germanex on the flex. Germanex definitely wasn't that Puma defending the point a little earlier. Alex also on the backside there. So nice job from them, flexing their tank crews to reload the Artie here. But a big shout out to Pizza, Lara, and Germanex on the backside, because that Artie has been very good. We saw them defend successfully some flanking attacks. We saw them neutralize some attacks, and we saw them help with some attacks. Now HTD is going to try to make a game with it here from the north side, fake pushing in. Let's see with Just Nest, Big Bang, Sony's U, Lucky One here can do on the backside. Is that Lucky One from Core? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's not, and I'm pretty sure I made that mistake again. Now, with 2 minutes to go, this is potential for a cap here, but unfortunately, Adizma looks like he does get the crush onto the OP, clears that, and a big respawn on the backside. Oh, and an artillery shot to measure on his head is going to shut down that push with 152 left. That is going to guarantee the 4-1 here for EG in this match. Congratulations. Good game, well played. I mean, HTD holds on to this one at the end. Really nice defense, strong tank gameplay from Zun's tank. He did really well. They did, I think, a 2v1 there and won. Also, HTD tanks were getting takedowns a lot. Just very conservative play does not lead to any big gains from them or ability to really get back into the game. So my name is Berserker Cast. I cast on this channel weekly competitive esports from Hell Let Loose and from Squad. Stay tuned in the coming month for the Rivals tournament from Squad. You can also check out the VODs available right away on YouTube. And also stay tuned on my second channel, twitch.tv/IamBerserker, or at Berserker Gaming on YouTube for streams for casual casting. We did a casual match last Friday. We're going to be doing more this Friday with a double header of PBS Fight Night, and also we're going to be doing a fight night from Squad 2. So if you're interested to see that, meet some new people from the Squad scene, come out to check that out. It's an awesome time. Thank you to both teams for setting this one up, and congratulations to the winners here. EG taking this one 4-1. A little bit of cap progress at the end, a little tickle of cap progress. That's just going to be sector. It's not going to challenge the overall result at all. Oh, wow. What a game of Hell Let Loose here. We saw the good, bad, and the ugly from the precision strikes coming out. Both the commanders getting one, Axis commander missing a couple there. With one of them being a little questionable, of course, landing right beside the 76, not taking him out. But the defeat in the end coming towards the Allies' side. We can see